So if you joined yesterday, we're kind of moving into the next 2 or 3 weeks or so where we'll focus a little bit more intentionally on kind of some spinal lengthening, especially focused on the side bodies, and then also some kind of all over core strength, but especially focused on kind of the anterior core strength. So we'll go ahead and come down to your mat. If you'd like to take reclining bound angle pose, please feel free to do that. So that's going to be the soles of the feet together, the knees falling out to the sides, and just allow yourself to settle into the space today. Maybe placing one or both hands over the belly, if that's available to you. And if you're not comfortable with the soles of the feet together, feel free to just let your legs stretch out long on the mat, or you may even find a neutral spine position and just gently let your knees fall inward, supporting each other. So placing one or both hands on the belly. I invite you to just take a few moments to observe your breathing. Noticing the gentle rise and fall of the belly with each breath. And then I invite you to gradually lengthen both sides of the breath. Maybe take your inhale to a count of 3 and your exhale to a count of 4. As you continue to breathe deeply, I want you to be mindful of the control that you have over your breath. Noticing how you're driving the length of your inhale, the response of your exhale. You're in control. So sometimes, especially now, it's hard to feel like we're in control of much of anything. So sometimes it helps to just start small. Use the breath to guide you and to ground you, especially if you're feeling particularly stressed or anxious. You can always come back to that breathing, giving your body a sense of control, hoping to put your mind a little bit at ease. And as you continue to breathe deeply, take a moment of gratitude for coming to your mat today. Sometimes the hardest part of our yoga practice is just getting to the mat. Once we're on the mat, it seems a little bit easier to complete the practice. Sometimes, not always. And then take a moment of gratitude for your body and everything it does for you each and every day. No matter what limitations or impairments or pains you might have, if it's available to you, lengthen the breath a little bit further, maybe 4 counts in, 5 counts out. Again, noticing the rise and fall of the belly. On that exhale, just slowly drawing the navel into the spine. We're going to engage those low belly muscles throughout our practice today. So just kind of bringing a little bit more intention to that exhale, not forcing it, but just noticing. And then come up with an intention for your practice today. Breathing deeply into that intention. And we'll take a cleansing breath, inhaling through the nose. Big exhale through the mouth. And depending on what position your legs are in, go ahead and just send them out long on the mat. Take a nice deep breath and total body stretch. So reach the arms up over your head. Stretch your legs out long. Think about lengthening as much as you can from toes to fingertips. Nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, I want you to go ahead and draw the arms and the legs, stepping them over to the right side. So we'll pause here, just creating a nice C shape through the body, breathing in and out that left side. Good. On your next exhale, come back to the center, step everything in. Inhale, reach long, toes to fingertips, and exhale. This time, step everything to the left side. Breathing into the right side body. Imagine that side just getting a little bit longer, releasing any restrictions that you feel there. Good. Step everything in on the inhale. One more time, full body stretch. And then as you exhale, step the feet in, bring the arms down at the sides. Just neutralize your low belly here. Maybe take the feet out so they're about the long, towards the long edges of the mat. Breathe in. And then on an exhale, just start to move the legs to the right. You don't have to bring them all the way to the floor, but just beginning to mobilize the pelvis and the low back a little bit. And let them fall gently to the left. Inhaling as they come to center, exhaling to either side. So we're not forcing anything, but just starting to bring some motion here into the hips, around the pelvis and the low spine. Good. One more time to either side. And then bring the knees back up to center. Toe heel your feet back in so they're about hips distance apart. And then let's bring the legs to 90 degrees at the hips and knees. So arms are down at the sides. We're just going to suspend the legs here and hold. So I want you to think about neutralizing your low back. Your belly is drawing in towards your spine. You're supporting using your low belly to keep your legs in that 90-90 position. Relax through the face and jaw, and if it's available to you, just start to straighten and lower the knees about an inch. So you should start to feel a little bit more activation around the low belly. Just noticing it, being present with your body here. And then if it's available to you, slightly lower and breathe. Be mindful to not allow the low back to arch up. Good, and then as you exhale, release, pull the knees into the chest and just slowly rock from side to side. Just letting the low back release. Good, this time sending the legs out long. We're gonna move into low boat pose here today. So with low boat pose, we'll start with just one leg at a time. So as you exhale, arms down at the sides, go ahead and lift your upper trunk up, elevate the right leg. So this is a great modification of low boat, especially if you have any low back issues or if it's too challenging to float both legs up. We're gonna continue to breathe here and then lower everything down. Breathe in. As you exhale the next time, left leg floats, lift your chest and your head up and breathe. So again, noticing a little bit more activation across the front of the belly. Good, and release down. If it's available to you, low boat pose, you're gonna float both feet up, or you can just do one at a time. Neutralizing that low back. One more breath in. As you exhale, release everything. Rock lengthwise along your spine 1 or 2 times. Cross at the ankles and come to hands and knees. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees under the hips. We'll start to cycle through cat, cow, and child's pose. So inhale to cow, exhale, tuck and round to cat, extended child's pose, release back. And you can pause for a few breaths here or just start to flow with the pace of your breath. Inhaling to cow, exhaling to cat, noticing that low belly activation. Drop back, extended child's pose. We'll take 3 more cycles at your own pace and do any other movements that might feel good to you here. If you want to add a hip shift from side to side or pause in child's pose, you're welcome to do that. Pressing away from the mat, releasing extended child's pose. Good. Then on your next inhale, come to that tabletop hands and knees position. Walk your hands more forward and find downward facing dog to start today. Keeping your feet about hips distance apart, but add some movement. So dropping a knee to center, paddling out the feet. Maybe shaking your head, yes. And no, whatever feels good for you. Letting that tension fall out of the neck and around the face. Using really the length of your mat here for down dog. So creating that nice triangle shape through your body, but focus is on the pelvic position. So sit bones reaching up and back. Fingers spread wide, ground down through the hands and feet. Breathing in. Good. On your next inhale, come to plank pose. And as you come to plank today, I want you to just be mindful of the activation around your spine. So both on the front and the back side. Think about your trunk being parallel to your mat. And if you're not comfortable on your toes, you're going to set your knees down, but you're going to allow your body to shoulders and knees to be in line. So we're not going to sag at the hips or keep the butt up in the air, but really a nice strong line, whether you're on your knees or on your toes. Take one more breath in here as you exhale, downward facing dog. Good, melt the heels down. On your next inhale, float your left leg high, three-legged dog. As you exhale, knee to nose, cat your back. So press away as much as you can. Good, inhale, left leg high. This time, exhale, bring it to the outside of the left elbow, cat back. So you're pressing away as much as you can from your mat. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale to the right elbow, press away. So engaging those core muscles here. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, set it downward facing dog. Connect with your breath, be in the space. Doing your best not to let your mind wander. On your next inhale, send the right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. C-shape your spine, chin to your chest, breathe. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale to the right elbow, hovering. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale to the left elbow, crossing midline, cat back. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, set it down, puppy pose. Set your knees down on the mat, forehead to the mat or to stacked hands. Breathe into the belly. Let it go. Remember, you're always welcome to come to any resting pose of your choice, yogis. These are just options and suggestions for practice, but you do what feels good for you today. Good. When you're ready, make your way back to tabletop and then move into downward facing dog. Pressing away, lengthening through the spine. Bringing your gaze ahead, walk your feet up to your hands. Find forward fold at the top of your mat. And just allow your upper body to sway here, taking a generous knee bend. Softening the back of the neck. Then release your fingertips down to the floor, bend the knees. And then lengthen your spine, halfway lift, flat back. Bring the shoulders about in line with the hips here. So belly is in, back is flat like a table. Shrug the shoulders down away from your ears. Good. Notice what's happening across the midsection here. Maybe noticing some activation in the glutes. One more inhale. As you exhale, round and fold generously, Uttanasana. Good. Press through the feet. Sweep your arms all the way up. Take your time. Come to stand. Pedal out those feet if you need to. Good, then exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reaching up. Take a steeple grip here, interlacing all of your fingers but the first and your thumbs. Lengthen both sides of the trunk, so you're focusing in on that side body length here, reaching up towards the ceiling. On an exhale, side stretch to the right. So as you do this, really being mindful of placing some weight onto that left foot. Breathing in, come back to center. Exhale, side stretch to the left. Pressing down through the right foot, feeling that length on the side body. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Halfway lift, pull your belly in. Exhale, round and fold. Inhale, press through the feet, sweep up. Look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep up. Interlace your hands. Exhale, side stretch to the right. Inhale, lengthen to the sky in the center. Exhale, side stretch to the left. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, swan dive. Lead with your heart. Forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press through the feet. Sweep up. Look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep up. This time, exhale, forward fold. Lead with your heart. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot back, high lunge. Walk or sweep your arms up. Look up, softening the tops of the shoulders. Good, as you exhale, hands come down to the mat, plank pose. Exhale, down dog. Good, nice deep breath in here. Look forward, step the right foot through, high lunge. Walk or sweep up. Notice that openness across the front of the left hip. Good, exhale, hands to the mat, step forward. Halfway lift, breathe in to a flat back. Exhale, round and fold. Inhale, press all the way up. Look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot back, high lunge. Sweep up. Good, we'll do a little side body stretch here. So left hand drops down, right arm reaches up and over. And I want you to notice some length into the right side body as well as the front and the side of that right hip. Reach your left fingertips for the floor. Good, breathe in, sweep both arms up. This time twist to the right. Opening the fingers nice and wide. Legs are strong and active. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, twist to the left. Open arms. If you'd like, prayer twist. Hooking that right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Chest is lifted, belly is in. So we're talking about anterior core especially today, as well as side body lengthening. So being mindful of that as we move through poses. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, plank pose. Hands to the mat, step it back. Good, belly is in. From the toes or the knees, down dog. 2 breaths. Looking forward, right foot steps through, high lunge, rise. Back knee is straight. Good, right arm drops down, left arm reaches up and over. Reach those right fingertips for the floor. Notice that length from the left side all the way into the left hip. Good, inhale, both arms up. Exhale, twist to the left. Wide arms, back knee is straight. Inhale, center, reach up. Exhale, twist to the right. Optional prayer twist here. Hands come to heart center, hinging forward, left elbow moves to the outside of the right knee. Be mindful to not let that back knee bend. Keep pressing gently through that elbow. Lift your heart, draw the belly in. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, hands to the mat, plank pose. Breathe in. Exhale, down dog. 2 breaths. Looking forward, walk, step, or hop to the top of the mat. Breathe into a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good sun salutation A. Inhale, reach up. Little back bend if you want, firming the glutes. Exhale, lead with the heart, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, find plank pose. Good, notice the activation in the midsection in plank. Set your knees down on the mat for this first Vinyasa series. So plank from the knees, notice your midsection. We're gonna hover in chaturanga, so hug those elbows in, stay right here. Notice your midsection. Press back up to plank from the knees. Good, we're gonna do that one more time. I want you to notice what's happening around your trunk. Elbows are in, you're nice and strong through your belly. Release to your tummy. Inhale, baby cobra, lift your chest up. Good, option to interlace thumbs or hands on top of the sacrum. Looking forward, opening that chest. Talked about that a lot the past few weeks. Heart opening. Doing what works for you today. Release the hands. Down dog. Draw the belly in. Grounding through the hands and feet. Breathing. Noticing. Being in your space. Being in your body. How are you feeling, yogis? Notice your breath. Looking forward, walk, step, or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, round and fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Look up, little back bend. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back to plank. Pause. Notice what's happening around your midsection. Perfectly fine to set those knees down on the mat. Belly is continuously drawing in. Lower halfway, chaturanga. Good, release to your tummy, baby cobra. Inhale. Good, option to draw the chest open. Interlacing the hands. Breathing into that front body. Good, lower down, down dog. Breathing. Good, inhale, right leg high. Exhale, bring that knee to the left elbow. C-shape the spine, just like we did earlier today. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale to the left elbow again. Using those obliques. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step it forward between the hands. Pivot your back heel down. Triangle pose. Breathe in. So if you joined me yesterday, we did some triangle pose yesterday. So I want you to think about what's happening in triangle pose. So if you don't have a block, like I don't have one, you're gonna rest that right hand gently on your lower leg or wherever it falls. This is a big side stretch here. So being mindful of where your back body is positioned. If you're reaching and trying to get to the floor badly and you're rotating your trunk, try to come up a little bit so that your entire back body is touching that imaginary wall behind you. Good, bend into that front knee, reverse warrior. Side stretch, opposite side here. Breathing into that right side body. Good. As you exhale, find your way to half moon. So fingertips to the floor or a block. Foot is flexed on the lifted leg. I want you to do your best to turn and take your gaze to the left. Continuously reaching those left fingertips for the sky. Good, giant step back with the left leg, plank pose. Plant your hands, find plank. Good, draw the belly in. Set your knees down if you'd like. If you're able to keep your trunk parallel to the mat, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend of your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high. Always welcome to come to a resting pose of your choice, yogis. Do what works for you. Good. Let's take a cleansing breath here. Inhaling. Big heavy sigh through the mouth. Let it out. Good. Inhale, left leg high. Reach it up. Good. Rotate it over to that knee to the right elbow. Press away. C-shape the spine. Hover, hover, hover. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, do it again. Right elbow. Press away. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step the foot between the hands, pivot your back heel down, triangle pose. Reach the right arm up towards the sky, light on your bottom hand. Breathe. So really focusing in on opening your chest to the side wall, reaching your right fingertips nice and high. Gaze is up or down, whatever feels best on your neck. Think about micro bends in all those joints. So elbows, knees, doing our best not to lock out those things. Bend into the front knee, reverse warrior. Big side stretch. Breathe. Notice your legs drawing the belly in. As you exhale, half moon. Shift forward onto that front leg. Let your back leg float up. Perfectly fine to have that big toe down on that back leg. Once you have your balance, try to turn your gaze to the right. Foot is flexed on the lifted leg. Keep using those right fingertips to reach for the sky. Good, one more breath in. As you exhale, hands to the mat, reach that lifted foot back, plank pose. Good, you decide, vinyasa or just down dog. Lower halfway, everything's in nice and tight. Inhale, back bend of your choice, baby cobra, cobra, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Breathe. Good, release child's pose. Tuck those arms back at the sides, bring your forehead to the mat. Maybe grab onto your heels or the inside arch of your foot and just give your feet a little bit of a self-massage. Notice your breath. Recall whatever that intention was that you set for your practice today. Good, let's take a cleansing breath again, inhaling through the nose. Big exhale through the mouth. When you're ready, make your way back up to hands and knees here. And then find downward facing dog. So we're gonna move into a hip opening series here. So if you use a prop like a rolled towel or a block for pigeon pose, go ahead and find that, even if you just have an extra shirt to use. We're gonna inhale the right leg high. As you exhale, I want you to slide it forward, setting yourself up for pigeon pose. So you're gonna reach that left leg back. I'm going to use a rolled towel here underneath the sit bone. So what we're trying to do is keep the pelvis in the center without rolling off to the side too much. So that towel or block that you have is going to come right underneath that right sitting bone. You're working towards that lower leg being parallel to the top edge of your mat, which is a challenge, or can be depending on the hip restrictions that you have. So we'll stay for a few breaths on straight elbows here. So focusing in on allowing that left hip to sink down. Breathing in. And if it's available to you, you might move your right hand to the right and take your left arm up and over for a little side stretch. Don't force that. If that's not available to you, then just keep both arms down. The alternative to pigeon pose is that reclining pigeon on your back. Good, breathe in, exhale, release the arms down. If you'd like to walk down to your forearms for more of that restorative pigeon, go ahead and do that now. Making any micro adjustments that you might need as you come a little bit deeper into the pose. That's certainly not a requirement to make adjustments, but do what works for you. Take a couple of nice deep breaths here. Shifting that breath back low into the belly. Good. When you're ready, walk the hands up. If you have a prop underneath that right sitting bone, scoot it off to the side. Come to sitting, so you're gonna shift your weight onto that right hip. Bring your legs around in front, knees bent, and breathe. Float your palms up. Gently engage your belly and come to boat pose modification. So just holding here, feet on the mat, but still active through the trunk. Float your right leg. Good, reach your right arms up if you'd like. Chest lifts. Good, right leg down, left leg lifts. Chest lifts. Good, left leg down if you'd like, both legs up. And knees straight or keep them bent. Breathe. Chest lifts, face is relaxed. Good, lower everything down, hands and knees, tabletop. And then walk your hands up, downward facing dog. Good, deep breaths in and out here, yogis. When you're ready, left leg high. Reach it up to the sky. Exhale, sweep it forward. Pigeon pose, set up side two. Reach back through your back leg. Use that prop if you need to underneath the left sit bone. And we're going to just allow the arms to stay straight here for a couple of breaths. Lift the chest. Let the front of that right hip drop down. Just give yourself a little bit of time to settle into the pose here. If you'd like, right arm reaches up and over. Gentle baby side stretch to the left. Good, inhale the arm up, exhale, release it down. Pausing here again. Doing your best to relax those muscles around the pelvis. If you'd like, walking down to your forearms. Any adjustments in the pose that might feel good to you. And just taking time to notice how your body feels. Maybe comparing but not judging if you have a difference or if you're more restricted on one side over the other. That's okay, it's completely normal. Just slowing down your breath a little bit here. Good, when you're ready, slowly beginning to walk your hands back up. If you have that prop underneath the left sit bone, scoot it off to the side. Shift your weight to the left hip and bring your legs around. This time we'll place the soles of the feet on the mat here. Float the palms up, lift your chest. I want you to take your time as you lower all the way down to your back. So nice and slow, controlled lower, engaging your belly, taking your time. Good. Once you're on your back, let your arms be down at your sides. Walk your feet in. Slide the shoulder blades underneath you, keeping your feet at about hips distance apart. Go ahead and inhale and float your hips up for bridge pose. If you'd like, left leg floats. Good. Release the left, both hips high. Maybe interlacing your hands under the sacrum, opening that chest a little bit further. And right leg floats. Good. Release that leg down. Both hips lift. And release the hands. Keep lifting the hips high. On an exhale, lower the hips down. Toe heel your feet out just a little bit wider than hips distance apart, and then just let the knees fall in. Neutral spine. Turn the palms up as they rest at your sides. Let the eyes close here. Just breathe. Once again, noticing the control that you have over your body, over your breath. On an exhale, pull the knees into the chest. So slowly rocking from side to side here. Massaging out the low back. We'll take any variation of a reclining spinal twist here. So we'll just let the legs fall gently to the right side. Arms can be goalpost or T. You can straighten the knees or keep them bent. Try to turn your gaze to the left here. Again, closing the eyes, breathing into that left side body. Noticing the expansion of your rib cage. Just allowing yourself to stay and be in this space. And slowly bring the knees back up to center, breathe in, and then exhale, let them drop to the left side, gaze to the right, shoulder blades on the mat. If you're comfortable, blinking the eyes closed or lowering the gaze. Relaxing across the forehead, the jaw, the base of the throat. Slowly bringing the knees back into the center, sending the legs out long on the mat, reaching the arms up over your head. One more time, full body stretch. Nice deep breath in. As you exhale, come into your final relaxation, Shavasana corpse pose. Take any comfortable resting pose, yogis. If you're more comfortable on your side, please roll over to your side. Otherwise, traditional Shavasana with your legs outstretched. Heart is open. Eyes are closed if that's available to you. Breathe in through the nose. Big, heavy sigh. Let everything go. Exhale. Slow down your breath. Put a pause on the mind chatter. Take a moment of gratitude for coming to your mat, for taking care of your body and your mind, your physical and emotional health, caring for yourself so that you can take care of others in your life. Coming up with a positive affirmation during Shavasana today. Maybe it's something just as simple as, I am enough. I am strong. I am healthy. I am enough. As you feel comfortable, deepen your breath. Subtle movements into your hands and feet. And then bending one or both knees up. Choose a side to roll over onto. Right side for relaxation, left side for energy. And just allow yourself to pause momentarily here. Taking your time, making your way to a comfortable seated position. Just find some length into your spine. We'll bring the hands together at heart center. Bow your chin down and take one deep breath into your heart. Yogis, I thank you for sharing your practice with me today. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste. Just a brief announcement. Thank you everybody for joining me today, and hopefully you're enjoying the virtual yoga session since we can't be together. A little plug, we're starting to do weather permitting sunrise yoga on Wednesdays at 7:30. That will be out just outside the spinal cord entrance on the sport.